Welcome back to Monster in Me. I know I have been uploading different things every day, but it's for a good cause, okay? If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. I feel all tangled up right now, so I'm trying to get comfortable. And if you have any suggestions for games you want me to play, the door is always open. So yeah. Um, I said I would choose Emiko. I would spend time with Emiko, so I'm gonna spend time with Emiko. I made a promise to Emiko that I'd help out at the bakery. I didn't want to be the kind of friend to break in important promises. Surely Dale could make it through one protest without me, and Isaac didn't need a +1 to the swim team's party. Dale and Isaac weren't going to be happy, but Emiko's family needed real help. Sorry, but I already made a promise to Emiko that I'd help her family today. I heard Ava growling with disappointed rage. You called at the last minute, okay? I already had plans. You cannot get mad at me for having plans. But there's going to be I forgot the voice I gave her. But there's going to be famous people and shopping, and I had to interrupt before she went on a rant. Yeah, don't let her step all over you. You came at the last second, okay? You can't be angry at me for having plans already. Emiko needs me. I need you. Now who's going to carry all my stuff? I chuckled. Later, Ava. Bye, Arthur. I hung up. So Emiko was a harpy. I knew Isaac could breathe underwater, but I wondered if Emiko could actually fly. What else could she do? Well, I'm gonna assume anything a harpy can do, she can too. I'm not sure she's not just a harpy that doesn't have harpy powers, whatever harpy powers are. I figured Saturday was a good opportunity to find out more. After all, Emiko and I were going to spend most of the day together. After getting out of bed, I started getting ready to go. There was nothing quite like having the house to myself. He complains about this house a lot. Sometimes it was cool, but other times it was creepy. The house... Sorry. A sneeze. The house, the way I could hear it breathing, was lonely. I'm gonna sneeze. Wood floors made sounds under every footstep. The carpet felt brittle and stiff from cold air just snuck in. What was that sound? Sorry, I heard it like a click 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 when I hit the the next button. And the silence was haunting. No matter what I did, silence killed the mood. It didn't help that my parents were a minimalistic sense of style. Had. Half the stuff we owned served specific purposes. The other half of our possessions were things I convinced my parents to buy. I doubt my mom and dad would have spent money on a couch had I not complained about sitting on the floor as I got older. The most frivolous thing my parents spent their money on had to be the house itself. We're a family of 3, but our home was big enough for 5 or 6 people to live comfortably in. It was too lonely for me to stay in the house all day. It was too lonely to stay there by myself for more than a few hours. I took a quick shower, brushed my teeth, and I got dressed. There wasn't any rush, but I didn't exactly waste time either. Emiko's family bakery was near the heart of Hawkshaw. It was closer to my family's house than the high school was, but only by a little. Even if I wanted to take the bus, I had to walk to the bus stop first. It was a good thing I woke up early that day. Oh, look at the outside. Oh, it's so cute and quiet. On my way to the nearest bus stop, I got to walk through the neighborhood in isolation. It was a bland part of the year. No holidays were coming up, special events, not even a birthday that I knew of. People didn't hang out outside unless they had a reason to. Kids weren't so used to the snow. They didn't spend their days making snowmen and having snowball fights. Okay. That's a lie. People love snowball fights. Regardless, I didn't see many people during my walk. The snow was fresh and pristine. I didn't realize it snowed overnight until I walked through it this morning. Excuse me. I love the sound of my footsteps made as they tracked along. Oh, I could hear the tracks. I thought I heard stepping. If I looked hard enough, I could see the footprints of rabbits and squirrels. Lost in idle thought, it would surprise me when I got a text from Dale. Hey, are you still coming? Sorry, I promised Emiko I'd help with her family today. Dude, I can't do this alone. I'll look like an idiot by myself. You should have thought about that before you started protesting. What is he protesting anyway? I hope they didn't tell me I forgot. Maybe you should hold off on the protest. I can help you next weekend. But the chimpanzees. You're protesting for monkeys. Cool. They don't have rights. They need rights too. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. The chimpanzees? I didn't understand what was going on, but in my experience, it's best not to be hung up on the odder details. Just as I was about to put away my phone, I got another text. Hey, we're still on for the party later today, right? I hated disappointing two of my friends, but I had an obligation to uphold to my word to Emiko. Sorry, I'm helping Emiko at the bakery. Whatever. Can you see if they have any double fudge brownies? I'll be by to pick up some party food later. Sure, I'll ask when I get there. Isaac took that better than I expected. Then again, he probably wouldn't let me know he was upset. In any case, I finally made it to the bus stop. Emiko's family owned Sweet Flower, a bakery that specialized in gourmet treats. They first opened their family business. When they first opened their family businesses, there weren't many shops they had to compete against. Unfortunately, as Hawkshaw grew in population, it saw a arrival of new companies, shops, and competition for everyone. Emiko's mother and father worked hard to make their business something unique. Sadly, with the new Farbucks coffee shop opening every other month, Emiko's family was in a rough patch. Saturday. When I arrived at Sweet Flower, I expected to find a line of customers waiting, but there were hardly any people around. Oh, look how cute it is. Sweet Flower Bakery. That's so cute. The pink and red and white floral painting building was warm and inviting, but people weren't swarming. Baked goods were on display in such a way I could see a selection of sweets through the front windows. Regardless of how beautiful the decor was, without customers, everything might as well have been painted black. That's true. It could be the most lit up, vibrant place, inviting place, like you said. And if it doesn't have any, did I just get hiccups? Let me get something to drink. If it doesn't have any customers, people will just walk right past it. A deserted business is the worst business. There was an aroma of freshly baked donuts filling the air as I approached the main entrance. After having been in the frigid outdoors air for almost an hour, it was heaven when I stepped through the front door and felt the toasty warmth. Emiko's father, Mr. Mori, was behind the front counter, standing attentively as ever. He was like a peaceful statue watching over the domains of the sweets and happiness. No matter how hard things got for Emiko's family, their house never showed an inkling of doubt or sadness. When Mr. Mori noticed my arrival, he stepped from behind the center register to greet me. Oh, so they like him. That's nice. I mean, and oh, look at the inside of the bakery. I just noticed like there's cakes and stuff everywhere. And bread. Excuse me. If I understood everything my friends had told me so far, creatures were born rather than made. In other words, if Emiko was a harpy, it's likely stood to reason that her parents were as well. Mr. Mori came and held my shoulders as we spoke. We appreciate your help. Excuse me. We appreciate your help. Sorry, I was moving something. That's all he said before suddenly I found myself pulled into a hug. Saying the Mori family was extremely friendly might have been the most tremendous understatement ever. Arthur, you came. At the sound of his daughter's voice, Mr. Mori let me go. I watched as Emiko came from behind the front counter. We appreciate your help. Mr. and Mrs. Mori didn't speak the best English. I kind of took that. No numbers and general vocabulary enough to run his business, but he wasn't a man of many words. Excuse me, I've been saying the main. He wasn't a man of many words. I'm happy to help. We appreciate your. Before her father could repeat himself a third time, Emiko pushed him along the way till she and I were alone in the dining area in the bakery. Aw, at least he's trying. He's trying to communicate. Don't stop his growth, Emiko. Sorry, my father is. Hello? Oh, okay. It kind of got stuck a little bit. I understand. I have an uncle from Russia. He's been trying to learn English for a while now. It's a stupid language sometimes. Thank you for understanding. As vibrant and delightful as Sweet Flower might have been, there was an uneasy cloud hanging over the atmosphere. Empty seats and an assortment of baked goods offered a single conclusion, but it didn't want to focus on it. So, what are we doing today? Emiko took my hand and led me behind the front counter into the kitchen. Today, we're going to do something extraordinary. As we entered the kitchen, I quickly noticed Mrs. Mori cutting Mrs. Mori, sorry. I had to double check. Cutting slices of double fudge brownies. Those brownies were like sex in every bite. Everything that they're talking about right now, before I finish reading, it's almost as if they're like trying to give you a hint something's about to happen, something bad is about to happen, but I don't know. I don't want to like step over and like assume something. Something about most of the Sweet Flower treats were orgasmic. Ew. Hello, Mrs. Mori. Hello, Arthur. We appreciate your help. It seems Mr. and Mrs. Mori practiced a particular phrase before my arrival. Emiko pulled me deeper into the kitchen until we came to a table with a variety of different baked goods. Today, you and I are going to find the Sweet Flower's next moneymaker. What does that mean? You know that our sweets are very good. Your family's baked goods are the best. Yes, but we are also the most expensive. Oh, I guess a few things on the menu are a little pricey. Mother and father have lowered the prices several times to better compete with the new Farbucks down the street. Unfortunately, every time we drop our prices, they do the same. If we sell a cookie for $2, they sell 2 cookies for $1. If we sell a brownie for $1, they'll sell brownie for less than nothing. Oh God, Emiko scared me. I like her wings and stuff. Like I think her outfit's really cute, and I love that her wings kind of match her outfit. The only thing that stands out differently is her pink hair, but the pink on her jacket. But her hair matches the pink on her jacket. So like I get it, the red, the white, and the black for her wings and the pink for her hair. Emiko transformed. Suddenly, her wings were out, so she must have been upset. But that's not all. They use quality ingredients and special baking techniques that cost significant time and money. We can't afford to lower our prices, but we can't afford not to. Starbucks is a big company. They can play chicken until the birds are dead, but we cannot. Then what are we going to do? Emiko's wings vanished, likely meaning she was calming back down. That's good. I mean, we don't need her angry. I would like to crumple every Starbucks in town with my bare hands, but mother and father would not approve. I faintly chuckled. I couldn't tell if Emiko was joking or she was actually, or she would actually take such a violent action. I had to burp. We need a new product no one else has. We need something no one can copy. We need something customers will love. We need something customers will only find here. Sounds like a plan. Where do we start? Mother and father and I worked all week to formulate new baked goods. Unfortunately, we're unable to decide amongst ourselves which is the best. Emiko grabbed me a seat and set me in front of the table of sweets. Everything here has been made to optimize 3 things: taste, cost, and presentation. We need you to try everything and tell us which scores the highest on each of these these 3 categories. Customers, Jesus. So, you don't want me to ice cupcakes or bake bread or anything? Emiko laughed which stung a little. Arthur, thank you. But I remember when you tried to bake a cake for Dale's birthday. It was possibly the worst thing I had ever seen until the taste made me see it again 5 minutes ago. No. You made her hack up. Shame on you, Arthur. If you can't cook, don't cook. People, please. If you can't cook, don't cook. Okay, that's a lot more than just sting. Dale loved the cake. He ate 2 slices, 2 very big slices. Yes, and he missed school for the entire next week. My feelings were hurt, but I sucked it up. I tried to suck it up. Honestly, I should have been sensitive. Yeah, you know you can't cook. I knew I was a lousy cook, but hearing it out loud was like a punch to the gut. We could always go destroy Starbucks coffee shop. Again, I couldn't tell if Emiko was joking. I thought it was best to assume she was serious, especially considering I knew her secret. How violent could a harpy be? Chances are, I didn't want to find out. Did I? Oh! So we get to be bad. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm a nice person. Personally, I don't believe in getting even with evil. But this is a game. Let's get dangerous. Maybe I had a lapse of judgment. Regardless, the following words that came out of my mouth actually came out of my mouth. Yeah, let's go fuck up the Starbucks. Oh God. I was sarcastic and joking. I was joking. I didn't think Emiko would go far enough to be violent. Still, Emiko's face lit up, and she completely missed the tone of my voice. Her mother was watching us from across the room, so Emiko pointed to the back door. Without saying another word, Emiko went out the door. I'm gonna sneeze. And I felt obligated to follow behind her. Wouldn't it be like, I don't know if this game personally have like good choices and bad choices, but if they do have good choices and bad choices, I feel like this was a bad choice, and I feel like this is gonna probably end up with me dying, if not just flat out, I don't know, getting hurt. Because if Emiko is a heartbeat and she can fly, then 9 times out of 10, if she's flying, then she's gonna probably fly us in the air. And if she's gonna fly us in the air, then 9 times out of 10, there's chances of falling. So I'm just saying, if this is making me nervous, I think I chose a bad thing. Without saying another word, Emiko went out the door, and I felt obligated to follow behind her. We left the back alley behind the building. We entered the back alley behind the building, excuse me. After the door shut behind me, Emiko surprised me by taking hold of my hand. How do you feel about flying? Her question was so sudden, I didn't register the implications of it. She's about to take you in the air, so she's not talking about actually going on a plane. I've been on planes before. Speaking of, Jesus, it's like you can tell. I've been on planes before. My family moved a lot when I was younger. Why? Emiko's wings came out and spread out wide. Oh, God. Why do they always make her look angry when her wings come out? Like, her wings doesn't, like, you don't have to make her look angry all the time. She could have her wings out and be happy. Without any warning, she started to flap her feathers. Snow was dusted into the air around us, something like a cyclone, and before long, Emiko's feet left the ground. As she grew higher off the concrete, Emiko continued to hold my hand. I understood her question better then. Emiko, wait! I don't know about... Oh, God. With a sudden tug, I was pulled into the air as Emiko flew us off. You should have known what she was talking about. You act like she was going to get on an airplane or something. She's a heartbeat. She moved so quickly, I struggled to keep my eyes open. The wind chill was painful. Emiko? We went higher and higher till buildings were far beneath our feet. Don't drop us. Please don't drop us. That's what I'm worried about more than anything, is that her dropping us. The strain on my arms was intense, but I hung on for dear life. Just when I thought I was about to lose my grip, Emiko slowed down. We came to a steady stop, and at the height, everything was quiet. Everything was beautiful. I could feel my heart racing, but slowing down as my eyes drank in the view. Excuse me. I looked down and saw all of Hawkshaw. I looked up and saw Emiko fluttering her wings peacefully with the sun right behind her head. Emiko, this is amazing. But we weren't really going to wreck Farbucks, are we? Her eyes met mine, and in a brief pause before answering, I knew the answer. Of course we are. But how? We shouldn't be doing this. Watched in amazement as the bird flew past us. There were enough clouds in the sky to give Emiko and me cover from everyone on the ground looking up. Regardless, I feared if we didn't hurry back to the ground, we might have been spotted. I'm going to set the sun on Firebucks. Oh my God. How? Can harpies do that? I need to look up harpy lore after this. What does that mean? I gazed up at Emiko as she held out her free hand. With her fingers, she made an O shape that sunlight passed through like a spotlight. I followed the ray of light with my eyes, tracing it from her hand down to the ground as best I could. She's about to set the fireworks on fire. Like, I feel like that would be something you do at night, and even if you were going to do it in the first place, Jesus, Emiko. Emiko, what are you doing? It was difficult to know for sure what building she was aiming at since we were so high up. Emiko must have had bird's eyes. I assumed her target was Farbucks. What else might she have been aiming for? Though, I didn't touch the spotlight passing through her fingers, excuse me. I could feel it giving off intense heat. Emiko. She didn't answer me. She wouldn't answer me. The light caught fire, and I understood its purpose. Emiko, don't. Okay, I stopped for a second. I struggled and strained, and in doing so, I lost my grip on Emiko's hand. I fell through the clouds seemingly faster than I took to gauge such height. Oh God. So I knew it. This is a bad end. So the reason why I didn't want to get a bad ending is because the creator asked me to only get one ending. So if I get a bad ending, I'm going to assume that that's the ending that I got. I get what I get and don't throw a fit. However, I don't want to end it on a bad end. There was no way in hell I'd survive the impending impact. I might have screamed or cried if my lungs been able to catch air quickly enough. As I approached the concrete death, Emiko suddenly swooped in. Oh, thank God, Emiko suddenly swooped in and caught me by both my hands. I thought my arm would pop out of its socket until it safely returned to the ground. Back in the alleyway, Emiko let me go, and I fell over in the snow. My entire body was sore. It was nothing but pain, but at least I was alive. I think I passed out. I woke up hours later in Maury's family bakery. Emiko had me resting in the corner of the dining area with a cup of hot chocolate to calm my nerves. And I have to mention that hot chocolate was life in a cup. It was the sweetest thing to touch my lips in days. But was it enough? No. Hell no. We almost killed people. I can't believe we almost did that. Did what? We almost destroyed a Farbucks. No, we didn't. Yes. Yes, we did. No, we didn't. We've been taste testing new treats all day. I took a sip of the hot chocolate, and the bliss it granted me made holding a grudge too tricky to accomplish. You know, remember when it said that's maybe she wasn't aiming at Farbucks. Maybe. Sorry, I'm yawning because I'm cold, not because I'm tired. Maybe she wasn't aiming at us Starbucks. You ever thought about that? Do you do this kind of stuff often? Emiko refilled my mug as I drank. She wouldn't let my cup stand less than half full. Mother and father disapprove of violent actions. But sometimes I believe the best way to make the world right is to do a little wrong to bad people. Bad people? Rude customers, people who talk during movies, anyone with a face tattoo. Okay, you're tattoo shaming people with tattoo. Don't do that, Emiko. I get the feeling I've never really known you until now. Oh, but Arthur, you've always known me. You've always been on my good side. I had to call bullshit. After what almost happened earlier, I couldn't believe Emiko ever got upset with me. I set my mug on the table between Emiko and myself before I spoke. So I've never done anything to upset you. Nope. Oh, she didn't answer. Oh, God. So I have. She doesn't want to say got it. Have you ever wrecked any of my stuff? She didn't answer. She wouldn't answer. Emiko, there was one time. Emiko got up from the seat to step away from me. The bakery was empty aside from us. Mr. Mori was still standing in front of the register across the room from Emiko and me. I doubt he could hear us. I got up with shaky legs to follow Emiko until he came to the window. One time, we were partners in Mr. Paul's history class. Our assignment was to give the report on how the state government differs from 50 years ago. I remember that. Mr. Paul gave us a 50. Emiko and I worked hard to put together the whole presentation at class. Yes, because you forgot to turn in half the written report. So she blamed him. I did the presentation all from memory. We should have gotten extra credit. It took me a moment to put two and two together. Wait. Are you saying that's the only time you've gotten upset enough to trash my stuff? She wouldn't answer me again. Emiko's attention was on something outside. What did you do? I might have slashed your tires. Her voice was nonchalant, as if she honestly couldn't remember. My tires. But I don't have a car. I might have slashed your father's tires. That was you? We thought a mountain lion did that. You did more than just slash tires. There was claw marks everywhere. I'm sorry. She finally turned her attention back to me. With a bright smile on her face, I couldn't say for sure if she was sorry or not. But you cost me a perfect GPA. I think we're even. I shut my eyes and tried to take a breath. Oh, God. So Emiko's got a really bad... Maybe I chose wrong. I should have hung out with Ava. That's so mean. Excuse me, I had to burp. I should have hung out with Ava or Dale or Isaac. One of them. Can we agree to never do stuff like that to each other again? When I opened my eyes, Emiko had moved. I turned around in a circle, searching the room for her. She was back over by the previous table, cleaning up. I don't know. Emiko! All right. We can shake on it, I suppose. She redirected her attention to me as I approached her. When I got close enough, Emiko extended her hand out to me. I was hesitant, not because of fear, but because I couldn't see why we needed to shake on it. Regardless, we shook hands. I promised to never secretly do harm to you or your things ever again. As soon as those words left Emiko's mouth, a fire sparked around our joined hands. The flame was deep red that only lasted a split second before I pulled my hand back. What was that? When a creature makes an official deal, it can't be broken without punishment. I squint an eye. So, that was a magic promise? Yes, Arthur. You learn very fast. Was that sarcasm? I knew it. What happened if you break the promise? I'll burst into flames. Emiko chuckled as if there was a game. But don't worry. I'll make sure I tell you before I break something of yours from now on. I was relatively sure Emiko missed the point of why I was upset. In any case, it was getting late. I had to catch the bus to get home unless I was going to walk, or Emiko can fly you home. So I said my goodbyes. Later that night, after I made it back home, I had mixed emotions about Emiko. I had no idea how dangerous she was. On one hand, I felt worried for the unknowing citizens of Hawkshaw. On the other hand, I felt oddly intrigued, maybe even enticed of Emiko's other side. As I walked upstairs to my bedroom, I received a phone call from my mom that was disrupted my train of thought. Excuse me. Oh God, that's loud. Scared me. As I kicked off my shoes and took off my jacket, I answered my phone. Hey, Mom. Hi, sweetie. I could hear something in the background on the other end of the call. Excuse me. It was loud, metallic, and a little scary. I didn't know any better. I might have mistaken the sound for a chainsaw. Where did you and Dad go this time? Oh, nowhere special. There's a little town near the East Coast. The sound in the background made it challenging to hear my mother's clearly. Is Dad doing yard work or something? There's an infestation of vermin hiding in an old building. Your father's trying to open the main door. With a chainsaw? The proper name is a lock saw, but I told him to use a plasma cutter. I rolled my eyes. You've kept the house in order, haven't you? Yes, Mom. I hadn't thrown any parties. Remember to do the laundry. I didn't have a chance to wash your socks and underwear before I cut off my mother off somewhat abruptly. Mom, I'm not 10 anymore. I can wash my own underwear. All right, honey. Just don't do anything too crazy after your father and I are gone. While your father and I are gone, excuse me, not after. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm good. Okay, Mom. I mean it. No drinking, no driving, no sex until you're 23. Stay away from drugs. I could tell my mother was joking, even if she was somewhat serious. Bye, Mom. I love you, honey. I hung up with an exhausted sigh and flopped into my bed to do my nightly routine. After turning on the TV, I idly listened to the news while I got ready for bed. Someone stole a winning lottery ticket. A puppy kidnapped a baby. Scientists issue a recall on a drug meant to cure erectile dysfunction. Oh, my. As usual, nothing held my attention well to stop my eyes from fluttering. Right as I was about to drift off, a reporter came on the screen that got my attention. Oh my God. 43-year-old Marcia Harris says her teenage son, Timothy Harris, has been missing for 4 days now. Officers are searching for the boy, but they say they have no new leads. The missing guy from the school still hasn't been found? It was possible I ran away or something else. People went missing all the time. That didn't mean he wouldn't come back. There was no evidence to prove my friends had anything to do with the missing person. Timothy Harris was scheduled to start employment at one of Hawkshaw's finest bakeries, Sweet Flour. Uh-oh. Owners Mr. and Mrs. Morey claimed the boy never arrived for his first shift. The missing person was supposed to work at Emiko's family bakery. Timothy was an advocate for change in the old community. His mother had... Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. The mother had this to say earlier today. My son is a good boy. All he ever wanted to do was make a difference. My son made friends with the local advocates to protest all sorts of injustice. I hope this town won't sit idly by while injustice is committed against my son. Was Timothy into protesting like Dale? It seemed I was about to have another long paranoia-filled night. Oh, yay. Sunday. And I'm going to stop right here, you guys. When I woke up Sunday morning, it was closer to Sunday afternoon. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed yourself or the story, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more of these stories that I be reading and stuff. And I will see all you guys in the next video. And please make sure you check out this story because my oh my, the creator, you did good. You did great. Bye.